Hi, welcome back. This is a Crocheter's Journal. I am Roxanne, and this is where I talk about all the stuff I make. Just like any other podcast, nothing special, but different things. So hopefully, if you're tuning in, you will get something from this. It is Wednesday, March 6th. It's middle of the day. I just got done with a Zoom call with, she's a combination friend, mentor, health coach, life coach. She's just an all-around awesome person. And I thought, oh, here we go. Here we go with the whole hair thing. Okay. I thought I would pop on and talk about what I've been doing. I was going to do this on Sunday. I've been trying to get a little bit more regular, but I had one of those days where I just didn't want to talk. I just needed downtime. I was supposed to go to an event. I didn't go to that either. It was a wonderful day though, recharging my battery. So I was off today and I thought, well, maybe now's a good time because this Sunday I'll probably go see my grandson. So yeah, we're going to talk about what I've been working on. I don't have a lot of new stuff. Well, I kind of do, but not knitting. I don't have anything new knitting. I finished a book and I'm starting a new book, and normally don't talk about books, but today I will at the end. I started some crochet and I did some sewing, but I've been working diligently on my socks. So let's get started. All right, so casting on, no cast-ons. However, I did start something new. That's crochet. I know it's called a Crocheter Journal, and I tend to do more knitting right now. That's the season I'm in. But I started crocheting when I was like 4, and so I identify as a crocheter more than a knitter. Because I have a lot to learn about knitting, and I've done a lot of crochet. I still lots to learn there too. I'm not necessarily an advanced anything when it comes to this. I'm more advanced at quilting, but this is I'll touch a little bit on my quilting that I've done, but mostly this is just about the stitching. Okay, so I had a viewer, Bonnie, thank you, Bonnie, who during one of my episodes I said I really enjoy doing the knitting make-alongs. I wish I could find more crochet ones, but I don't want to do big projects. And she said, check out Judy's Creations in Crochet. It's a YouTube channel. And I thought, why not? She does a monthly make-along based off a photo. Okay, that sounded really interesting. So I popped over and started following and watching, and she does all sorts of neat crochet stuff. She's a crocheter, not really a knitter, but these make-alongs, you can make anything. You can do crochet, you can do knit, you can do weaving, you can do whatever you want. And I thought, and she showed March's picture this last weekend, and I thought, I really want to do something, but I don't really know what to do. I have so many projects going. Do I really want to start another project? I have some green yarn for some green footy socks that I wanted to start this month, but I don't know if I'm going to get to them. I'm really hoping I will, but no guarantee. And the photo had all the photos this year are birds. They had a couple tropical birds, or she had a couple tropical birds, and one of them was green with a like coral color and yellow color beak, and then the other one had purples. And so the green was really dominant in the photo, but you could pick any color. You could pick the brown from the branch. It doesn't matter. And she keeps it really relaxed. I highly recommend checking it out. But I decided, instead of the socks, why not make something small and easy to do? So I thought, well, I'll do a mandala with thread. I love this Monaco thread. I really like it. I think it's a size 3. It's crochet cotton, mercerized crochet cotton. They come in a ton of colors, and I have quite a few of them for, I've been doing some amigurumi with these. I have a Halloween project that I will have done this year. I will have it done this year. And so I had a bunch. So I went and looked for what colors I had. I did not have many colors for the one bird, but I had all the colors for the green bird. So this color green, this color green, this color yellow, the coral, and then the other bird had some red, so I pulled the red. And I went to look for just a little mandala. I make these little doilies, but they look like mandalas because I used to paint mandalas. And I'll make them, and then I'll just put them in my sunroom. And I couldn't find, I started one and I didn't like how it was coming along, and I'm like, okay, what are you doing? You've always wanted to do a granny square something out of thread. Like the idea, the concept is so, they make little earrings out of them and all sorts of cool things now that I've never thought of. And I thought, okay, why don't I just make a granny square and see how that feels? So I made this granny square. I didn't use the red, but it's two rounds, two rounds, two rounds, and two rounds. I use a size 3 crochet hook, 2.10 millimeter. And I love it. I just love how it worked up. See if we can get it close up. I just, small is my, I love tiny things. I really do. Miniature anything is cute, you know, babies, puppies, you know. And so, so yeah, so I did this, and I see I have to trim something. That's gonna drive me crazy unless I do it. And I'm so happy with it. I'm going to probably do another 1, 2, 3, I'm not sure, mixing the order and add the red in and do a few of these. I'll send them in. I don't know if she'll show them because it's not really a finished project, but it won't be, because then each month when she comes out with a new photo, then I will try to pull some threads from that I do already have, because I have quite a good collection of colors, and just make a few granny squares. And then when I have enough to put something together, then I will. I don't know if I'll do a table runner, which is where I'm leaning, or some kind of a shawl. Probably not a shawl. I'm not a big shawl wearer. I'm thinking more honestly of like wall art, something to hang in my studio here. This is, I call it my studio. It's just a sewing room / office, and that's always chaotic. It's fine. It's my way. It's my thing. But I have some wall space that you can't see that I could definitely put it up. But something probably long and like rectangular. So anyway, so that is my only new thing. Well, my only yarn new thing, thread. It's thread. So I did that, and then I made some project bags. So I'm going to go through the project bags as I go through the projects that are sitting in them. So let's get started. Well, we'll start with, first of all, this project bag you've already seen. It does not have a matching accessory bag. I need to make that. But this is where I've come in my husband's purple socks. I got one sock done. I thought, oh my gosh, it's so wide through here. And then I'm like, well, he's got wide feet. So I had him try it on, and he loves it. They feel awesome. They fit like a glove, he said. He just loves them. Just enough here. This is how much he wanted coming off the ankle. And they fit him really, really well. And then on the second pair, I am this far. So I'm getting close to the ankle and ready to do, close to turning the heel. Or making the heel flapping, yeah. Anyway, you get it. I'm about that far. Still using my Be Mind that I got with my Valentine yarn, or my February yarn, because he's my Valentine. And I see everybody else do this. I never remember to do it. I'm going to move my stitch marker, and then we'll see how far I go before I see you next. I am really terrible. I tend to like put them on there and then see how far I can get in like a weekend or maybe a road trip. But I think I'll use a second stitch marker for that. So there it is. We'll see how far I get before I talk to you again. I tend to do these every 2 to 3 weeks. We're at 2.5 weeks now. I'm trying to do more, you guys, but I'm busy. I work full time. Well, I don't work full time, 30 hours a week. That's enough. I would like to do more, because I'm a long arm machine quilter when I teach classes, and I'm a store manager, and I could live at my job. I love it. But then when would I knit? So that, and it's in my cat knitting bag. I did put it, I put my label on this one, and I haven't been on the new ones. I'm too lazy. I don't care if my name's on it. I just want to get my projects in them, and now I realize I need more project bags. I thought I had enough, but I need to make an accessory pouch for that, because, and I'll show you the matching ones for those. Maybe I did start. Did I start this? No, I did talk about it last time. I had just bought the stuff the day before, the Sightseer cowl. This is the Sightseer cowl. It is a free Ravelry project. Oh, I didn't do the yarn. The yarn from that I did in my previous, I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not good at this stuff. I know people like to know. It is kettle dyed yarn. I have to find the little tag. I keep it with the yarn. I can never pronounce it though. There it is. I tuck it in the little. I use these yarn cozies that Nitty Natty. She had the idea and she knit hers. I crocheted mine with DK baby yarn that I had left over. Some of it was from like a mandala cake, and I made oh my god, probably 20 of them. And then I tuck this in there, and this is the yarn. It is superwash merino and nylon 75-25. And it feels really, really nice. And the colors are so pretty. The variegated purple. My husband loves purple. So that is that bag. All right, back to Sightseer Cowl. It looks like this with 2 colors. It's a free pattern. It had the slip stitch repeat is 4 rounds. You do a 1x1 ribbing. You do the slip stitch repeat until it is a certain length, and then you do 1x1 ribbing. Okay, so I got started on that. I have it in my Halloween bag. I don't have a matching accessory bag for this yet as well, so it's going to go over in my needs to be taken care of pile by my sewing machine. So this is how far I've gotten. So I had this green. This is Plymouth yarn. This is a Plymouth yarn superwash wool. I don't think I have the slip for that. And then I got this variegated by Unique DK. This is both are DK. This is a hand-dyed self-striping merino, and it's 100% extra fine superwash merino, and this is superwash as well. And it just has a color number. Oh, it's not as fun as names, is it? But it's color number 6011. But it has the green in there, and it has it looks kind of blue on there on the camera, but it's like a blue purple. That dark periwinkle, some orange, some magenta. I have not gotten to any of the magenta yet, or the pinks. I keep looking for it because I love pink. But I have these. I do not have in my little knit cozies. I got to put them in there. I didn't have any. Believe it or not, I didn't have any available. So I do now. I'll put that over there to do. But that's where I'm at. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I messed up this part right here, but maybe not. I don't know. We'll see if it does the same thing on the other side. If not, I don't really care. It was going to be for me, but I don't know if it's soft enough. Like, I don't have a wool allergy, but I don't like anything scratchy. Like, I just don't. But my husband really liked it. And I'm like, would you like it? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, oh, that was the wrong answer. You need to lie and say, yes, I would love it because it's made by you and you're so precious to me. But that's not what he said. What he said was, nah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll wear it. And I'm like, well, when we hike, when it's cold, it's 50 degrees out in Wisconsin this winter. Like, we just haven't had a winter for it. But when we go hiking, a cowl is so awesome. They're so warm. So I'm going to try it. But this is the texture, and I love it. I love the texture. I'm not going to lie. I wish I would have done the color, the variegated here, and then did the green in kind of in the striping. But you're supposed to use a self-striping yarn, and this is. So I'm sure it's going to look great, and I'm sure when I get to the pink, but like the green is just not my favorite. But I thought that's kind of how they had the sample. But I'm not fragging it because I like it enough. But the texture is amazing. Amazing. I love it. I just touch it all the time. Like, it's great. And it's really easy. It's just a really simple pattern. So I've been kind of following the way Crazy Sock Lady does things. And I work on different projects each day, but consistently. So the projects I'm showing you are the projects that I've been working on. And I actually have a method to my madness. What I decided to do is I work on my newest project, an older project, a gift project, and then whatever I'm obsessed with. So those are my 4 projects. A day I work a little bit on the new, a little bit on the old, a little bit on a gift, and then if there's a different one or one of those 3 are my new current obsession that I'm super hyper focused in, that's what I work on. Those are my 4 things that I work on each day. So I get home from work and sit down in the evening and I will work on my old, my new, my gift, and my obsession. So my gift would be matte socks. That's my gift. this would be my new project that's currently going. My old project is still working through all of this yarn from Matt's Moss Stitch Blanket. It is my, it's just a granny stripe shawl. It's getting big, it's getting close to, I'm just going till I use up all the yarn. I'm keeping this for myself. I'm super excited to keep it. I'm going to use it when we sit around the fire pit because it's mostly red heart or it's budget acrylic. And I have discovered that if you take budget acrylic and you throw it in the washer and the dryer with some good fabric sheets, you get a really soft yarn. It's actually pretty nice. So my stitch came out. So here's where I'm at. I'm gonna back up so you can see it because it's getting big. I love this thing. It is gorgeous. And it's already big enough, but I'm going to keep going till all the yarn's used up. And this is where I will use the shawl. Now, I know I did my spring shawl and I'll wear that on the deck. This one I'll wear by the fire pit. We have a fire pit here. When we bought this house, it came with one. We just were so happy about that because Matt and I like to sit by the fire and chit chat. We should have been doing it more this winter because the weather has been great for that, but we have not. Because fire pit season for us is usually in the fall. So it's not even on our radar. But I'm getting down there in yarn. I would have to say that it's definitely going to be done this month because I want it done this month. So I can pick up and do another old project, finish another old project. The only reason I was doing this was because I had so much yarn left over from the last old project, which was his Moss Stitch Blanket, that I thought, well, I got to do something with this. And I had saw other people doing these granny stripe, granny cluster, half square shawls, and like, oh, that would be perfect. Let's just see. I do 4 rounds of each color, and then if I don't have enough, like this one here, I was down to, I could only do 3. I almost got 4 and I didn't get 4, and I did just pull that row out. I want full, because I don't really want it to look scrappy, even though it's kind of scrappy, but I don't want to stop in the middle of the row. I want to finish out the row. So then this one, get untangled here. Where is it? 1, 2, 3. There was one here that I only could do 1 row, and now I can't find it. But I did the one, and I moved on to that's all oh, yeah, here, this right here. I did this one, I had enough for 1, and that was the end, and then the rest went in the scrap, and then moved on to this one. This one had 3, then I moved on to the next one. And then I'll just keep going until it's all used. I've been kind of trying to go in order, and then once that one is out of the queue, I just pull it and go to the next one. And so it still has a good scrappy mix look. I love it. I love it so much. I already have so many people complimenting it. They said it's very me. I'm like, I don't know what that means. Am I bright? Am I loud? I'll take it. It's fine. So that's my old project. So we have old, we have new, we have my gift obsession project. Okay. So I know you guys know I did this bag. Oh no, I hadn't done it. This one does have an accessories pouch. This is the matching one. So what I keep in these is I keep a yarn darn, okay, ruler, a pair of scissors, stitch markers, light bulb markers, a darning needle, and anything else I might want for that project. Probably keep the yarn, if it has a tag, probably put it in there as well so I know what yarn it is. So then it just slips right into the big bag. So I finished this bag with these little kitties running. The last episode, somebody had asked me where I got the fabric. I got it at my local, the quilt shop I work at, or the long arm shop that I work at. And so, yeah, if you see cat fur, yeah, I have 7 animals in my house. I live with these in every room. I do my best, but it is a battle. It is a battle. But I I made this bag, and what I have in it is I've been working on this Conversation Hearts yarn. Okay, so I do a subscription box to Yarn of My Dreams. It's my first subscription box. It is so fun. Yeah, it's a mystery one, right? So this one was called Conversation Hearts. It does have some pink and some yellow in it. It's kind of hard to see, but it does have, where am I putting this? There's a little bit of pink in there. You can see it better from here. There's definitely more yellow. And I also got the minis that you get every 3 months. And they're a mystery as well. And 2 of the minis from that set went with this yarn. So really, really well. So they're the minis. And so what I decided to do, oh no, we're dropping yarn. Okay. I started this. So the yellow is the cuff and the pink is the heel. And I am doing sort of a make it up as you go stitch pattern. It's slip 1, knit 3, slip 1, knit 3, slip 1, knit 3. And you do that for 3 rounds, and then the 4th round you just knit. What I wanted to do was something the opposite, but I was working it out and I'd already started doing this. So this wasn't what I was going for, but I was pleasantly surprised with how it turned out. Now, I think I should have done 1 knit row first and then started the pattern because I ended up pulling the yellow up. But you can see that. I kind of like it. I mean, why not embrace it, right? So you can kind of see the texture. It's really nice texture. And then I will repeat it, continue on the top. It's on the cuff, but it won't be on the bottom of the foot. Not the cuff, the leg. These are my shorty socks. This is sort of my obsession. This was my obsession. Now my obsession right now is actually finishing Matt's socks so I can start the next project. But I have another gift knit I want to do after his, and I have another pair of socks that I want to knit for myself after this. So I've been trying to work on these. It's just not enough time in the day, you guys, seriously. So okay, we're gonna move the stitch marker. See, if it wasn't staring me in the face, I wouldn't remember to move it. So let's move it. We'll see how far I get. Who knows? Who knows? So yes, Yarn of My Dreams. The Conversation Hearts was the name of that yarn, which is actually a stitch marker that it goes on here, the Be Mine, but I wanted to use it on Matt's. So I would like to get these done so that I can start working on the March yarn for the end of the month. It's green and it's Lucky Charms, I think it's called. I showed it in one of my other podcasts, but anyway, so there's that. And what do we have next? Okay, next I did get this project bag done. This is just music fabric. I think it's really, really cute. Really, really pretty. And then the matching bag looks like this. I think it's really cute. I always put a progress marker on the zipper. And then, of course, all the stuff inside that I might need. And this is the one that's in queue for after Matt's are done. These are going to be for my boss for Christmas. I'm not sure what his foot size is. I'm not sure I'm going to find that out. Might have to inadvertently, when he's not looking, stare at his feet and try to figure it out. I don't know. I could try to get a hold of his wife. That might be a possibility. But I know if I just make a pair of men's socks, they'll probably fit good enough. But this is the yarn. It is Heritage Prints, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon. I did already cake it up. I probably shouldn't have, but I did. So then now I'm like, okay, I need to get going because I already have this all ready to go. I mean, and the stripes look like that. I have not decided if I'm going to use a pop of color, but I'm thinking probably because I really, really just like doing that. What I've been doing, and I didn't show it on my Conversation Hearts one, but I've been trying to, if I do a cuff on one, then do a cuff on the other, and then do the leg part, and then do the leg part, turn the heel, because I don't really like magic loop. I'm still kind of trying to get used to the 9-inch. I do like those, but I like them more when there's a little bit more of the sock done. So maybe like on the foot part. But I'm finding I just like my DPNs, and there's nothing wrong with that, and that's just fine. But I only have so many DPNs, and so I can't, and I don't really need to start another one, another project. But I have my 2 ready to go, and then I'll, I think I should though. I think of that lime green, like the bright. There's lime green, there's blue, and then there's some gray in there. And there's some bright blue. See the bright blue, and then there's that's actually navy. If it looks black, it's navy. But I'm thinking the bright green and maybe a navy heel. I don't know. We'll see. But that's that project bag that I finished, and then the project's already in it, ready to go. There's that one. And then the last project bag I did was this with the K-Facet fabric that I showed you last time. Here it is. How cool is that? How cute is that? And then the matching bag was some batik that I had that went really well, with a purple lining. It's just the purple lining that matches the bag. So it's little accessories. And I just put my contrast blast socks in here, and I have not, still just the one sock, because I have to pay attention when I do this. And so I already have one that I kind of have to, the Sightseer cowl, I kind of have to pay attention a little bit. Not a lot, but a little. And so there's only so much energy for me to focus. I like stuff that's mindless. So it still hasn't gone any farther, but I mean, it'll get done. My goal is to have it done before he does his next sock along, because I want to do the next sock along, and I'm not going to let myself if I haven't gotten this one done. So this will probably go into the next old needs to get finished category. Maybe. I'm not sure. So that's that project. And I forgot to put the instructions away. So that's what I've been working on. I wish I had more done to show you. I really don't. I did those bags in a couple days. It didn't take long. It didn't take any of my knitting time. My knitting time is always in the evening. I don't really knit in the morning. I wake up. I just have coffee and I wake up. And then I go to work. I listen to podcasts. Oh, we'll touch on that. Okay, so I did do 2 more blocks in my Wanderer's Wife. Okay, so there's 2 of these blocks that need to be done. Wanderer's Wife, for those of you who don't know, used to be called Gypsy Wife. They did change the name. And it's a very busy quilt. I do love busy quilts. They're not for everyone, and that is okay. And they are for some of us, and that is okay. But I have a tendency to use very plain, monochromatic, tone on tone backgrounds, and I was trying to branch out and use printed lights and work and teach myself tone. Now, I'm a long arm quilter. I do freehand quilting. I do the computer quilting. I'm a store manager. I'm the main store manager. We have a few of us. We're all kind of a store manager. When you're in there, you're in charge. But I'm there the most days. I do a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So I know a lot, but color and I have not always gotten along real well. I think it looks great till I get it done, and I'm like, what happened? That's a train wreck. And everyone around me goes like, it's nice. And you can tell they're just being nice. And I'm like, no, we all agree. So part of it is learning flow and tone, light, medium, dark, that kind of stuff. So I will say that I know not a lot of people there's some people who will not like this. I know there's some things that I could do different, but basically it's this. Was trying to get the same colors from the main colors that I was using. I used a teal, a pink, a green, and an orange for the base colors of this quilt, and then the prints of the lights. It has been a challenge, but I'm very, very happy with how things are coming out, and that's who I have to please, right? We compare ourselves to ourselves. And this is the other block I got done. I'm very happy with this one. This is called Nurse's Cross. This one I have to do 2 of. The other one, the squares are done. They just have to be sewn together. This I was very, very happy with. It's loud and wild and clashy, and that's what the quilt is. So got those 2 done, and I'm happy with that. What else? And I guess the last thing, so on my way to work, I always listen to podcasts. I am always working on my personal growth, and I know a lot of people share books that they read. I don't read a lot of fiction, a little bit, but not a lot. I read personal development. So I'm going to share these for anybody who's interested. This book was so good. The Mountain is You, Transforming Self-Sabotage into Self-Mastery. It is very, very good. I read most of it in August, and then I just couldn't get through the last few pages. I started this new job, and my reading time became different. And it just takes time, to get new habits and get new rhythms and structure. And so I didn't finish it. And there's a lot of psychology in this. It's not hard to read, but it's a lot to think about. It was a lot for me. It came into my life right when I needed it. I needed to think this through. I think if I hadn't read this right before I got this job, I don't know if I would have taken advantage of this opportunity. And this has been my dream job. And it's the job of a lifetime. And I couldn't love it more. And so I'm very thankful. So this is a very, very good book. And then on my way to work every morning, I have a 35-minute drive. I didn't know if I really wanted to drive that far to work, but it's turned out that it is my favorite time of the day as far as me time. I listen to podcasts on the way to work, and I listen to music on the way home before I come home and get ready for the evening part of my day. And this book just came out by a woman named Jamie Kern Lima. And she is an amazing human being. She was adopted as a baby. She's had all sorts of different, jobs and different things. And she started working on a business. She has been told it was a cosmetics business. She was told no one's ever going to want to buy from you being the size you are, 'cause she's a bigger girl, which is horrible. No one's ever going to buy from you or buy makeup from you. And she sold her company to a larger company just a few years ago for $1 billion. So proved them wrong. And that gentleman actually called her and apologized, as he should. So she just came out with a new book that's already on its 4th print, and it's just been out maybe a week and a half. It's called Worthy. And Jamie Kern Lima, How to Believe You Are Enough and Transform Your Life. And I think it's going to be a much easier read. I'm very excited to read this. And 100% of the money she makes from this and the book she wrote before all goes back to helping women transform their lives. And this is also for men. 73% of men who feel inadequate and 100% of the men who come from a woman to understand women. So if you're into the personal growth and that kind of stuff, or this resonates with you, this is supposed to be just phenomenal. A friend of mine was in the early release, and she said it has been incredible. So that's my next book. I don't know how long it'll take me to read it. I'm not a fast reader. I read when it makes me feel good. And so we'll see. I don't like my reading to be a chore. So I think that's everything I have today. I talk fast, so use that little wheel to slow me down if I talk too fast for you. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I usually go a little longer, but not today. Life is good. I've never been as happy as I am right this minute. I hope that you are all happy as well. I also want to give a shout out to Crafty Dawn. She always comments on my Instagram posts. I don't post a lot there, and I started that Instagram page when I started this podcast, so there's hardly any followers. It's just raw and new, and she just always shows up. So I just want to shout out to her. I've just already met some lovely people doing this, and it's wonderful. So if you would like to join us, please subscribe, like the video. I guess it helps. What does it say? It helps the channel. I don't know how. That's okay. But if this resonates with you, follow along and check me out on Instagram if you'd like. So anyway, that's it. I hope you guys have a great next week, and I'll talk to you later. Cheers.